I just noticed the board is not, I didn't write my meters very well. I still didn't. Okay. So anyway, what do they want us to figure out? Well, they want to find this. So what do we know here? So we have S equals R theta, where this is the arc length here, right? And this is the radius, and this is the measure, so theta equals S divided by R. So what do we have here? S is 27, this is 18, and these are both meters, and these cancel, and we want that because radian is a unitless measure, which is important, and we want this. I was going to go run for my calculator, but that would be pretty lame because this is just 3 times 3 times 3 divided by 2 times 3 times 3. Theta is 1.5 radians. And now that I look at it, this question is way too easy. It's I might not actually put something this easy on your test, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe you'll get one easy question. But these relationships are important to know. Okay, we're going to go to problem number 3. As soon as I wipe this off. As you see, I brought along my good friend and sidekick, the T-shirt of disgust, which is getting even more disgusting, and I've been chasing my other in-class students around with it when they don't do their homework. Okay, so what do we got? First I'm going to draw a picture, because the problem has a picture, and it has a picture with it, just as it will on your exam. Okay, so this is some generic triangle. Here's alpha, here's beta, and here is gamma, which looks kind of like RY. This is, usually we write this as C, and maybe I'll write this as C, because we're used to seeing it as C. Little c. This is little a. This is big C. Okay, and this is little b. Here's our typical generic triangle. We're given that little a is equal to 22. And we're given that b is equal to, little b, side b, is equal to 35. And we're given that side c is equal to 27. They want us to find the angle alpha to the nearest degree. Okay. So what are we going to do? This is what we're looking for. How about this? Law of cosines. Remember what the law of cosines said? It said that this squared, we have a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine alpha. It looks pretty, they gave us the stuff to, I'm picking easy problems. I must have just been a pushover when I was writing this. Okay, so we solve for cosine c, or cosine alpha, and then take the arcos, and we should have it. So let's do the computation. So it's 22 squared minus this b squared, which is 35 squared. I'm going to subtract this as well, minus c squared, which is 27 squared. And we're dividing it by this. So what I did is I subtracted these over, and now I'm going to divide this out. So this is minus 2 times b, which is 35, and times, c, which is 27. This is equal to cosine of alpha. And now I'm going to do this carefully. There was one day we were doing this when we were shooting. I must have screwed this up about 10 times. It came out different every time. So you just have to be careful. I'm going to do the top first, then I'm going to do the bottom, then I'm going to do them together. If you have TI-83s and a little better than that, sometimes it's really clear to see to make your syntax correct, so it won't be an error. But this is kind of a cheapie, so I got to be careful with it. However, it's also very easy to use. So for the top, I have this cosine alpha equals minus 1470 divided by, the bottom is 2 times 35 times 27 it's negative, so this will be negative 1890. Now I'm going to do this division. 70, invert it. So I have my own techniques I picked up with this. So I get this, cosine of alpha is equal to 0.777 blah, blah, blah. All right, so 0.7 repeating. That means, and I'm in degrees, I hit arcos, and it's 38. Okay, so it says that alpha is 38.94244, blah, 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 blah. It's set to the nearest degree. The nearest degree is right here. This one is 5 or above, so this is going to be 39 degrees. Okay. So that one's not too bad, right? You have a sip of tea. Questions? Haha, I'm not really there. I knew you knew that. Okay, the next problem. Let me get the t-shirt of disgust to get rid of this. And remember, if I move too fast, which I usually do, you can always just hit the pause button and sit and look at it for a bit. Once again, I must have been in a really good mood when I was writing this fake exam, because these are very reasonable questions. Let's try a different color. Okay, another word problem. At a certain time of day, the Washington Monument casts a shadow that is 790 feet long. I'm going to start drawing right away, and the Washington Monument is the one that looks like something that I'll get in trouble if I say it. However, there's been a lot of comments about it over the years. There's the sun. Hey, look, I didn't make this stuff up, okay? You go online and read that if you want. That's the Washington Monument. Here is what do we got? It has a shadow that is 790 feet long. So this is 790 feet. From the tip of the shadow to the angle of the horizon to the top of the monument is 35 degrees. Okay, so from the tip of the shadow, from the horizontal to the top of the monument is 35 degrees. I just wanted to make sure that I actually put that in the right place. And incidentally, this is a weird way to use language to figure these things out. Really, these problems, these word problems, are not difficult. So what they use is they use language in a bizarre way to make them more difficult, to seem more difficult, but this is pretty easy. We're supposed to figure out what this is. Okay, so what do we got here? We have an angle, and we have this. We know that this is a right angle, right? How about this? I know that I'm going to use my, what was I thinking? This is so easy today. I know that the tangent of 35 degrees is going to be this divided by this. That means that h, I'm going to multiply both sides by 790, so 790 feet times tangent of 35 degrees is equal to h. This is really just too easy. I go, 35 tangent is about 0.7 and some change, times 790. According to this, h is equal to 553.163. I'm going to just do it to the hundredths. Actually did it as to the nearest foot. To the nearest foot, sorry. To the nearest foot is 553. And my producer is telling me that we need to change tape again. Okay, we'll be back.